Hi, Algebra Scholars. I hope you're enjoying your break. Welcome to the first lesson in your take-home unit of Unit 7. The first lesson in this take-home unit is going to be talking about vertical and horizontal lines. So your aim today is that you can graph vertical and horizontal lines and create equations of vertical and horizontal lines. Although they don't fit the classic linear model, it's important to understand how we write equations for horizontal and vertical lines. This first exercise will illustrate the idea. Never forget that when we create an equation for a curve, it simply describes what all points on the curve share in common. So let's take a look at exercise 1. Shown below are a horizontal line and a vertical line. So the first thing to remember is what horizontal and vertical is. So this is the horizontal line. And when I think horizontal, I think of the horizon, like where the sun sets, and that's the horizon is straight left to right across. So that's how I remember horizontal. And then vertical, I think of like a vertical drop ride at a theme park where they pull you up to a top and they just drop you vertically. So that's kind of one way I remember the difference between horizontal and vertical lines. Okay, so we've got a horizontal line on the left, a vertical line on the right. So let's look at some properties of each. So on this horizontal line, write down 2 coordinate points. So here's one coordinate point right here on that purple dot, and that is the coordinate 1, 2, 3, -3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So one coordinate is -3, 4, and the other coordinate is right here, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, comma 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what do they share in common? Meaning, what do these 2 points share in common? Notice they both have the same y value. So, the y value of 4. So, when we think about the line's equation is y equals 4. So even though this line looks like it's parallel to the x-axis, when you have a horizontal line, it's always a y equation. So horizontal is always something with a y. Vertical, let's take a look at vertical. Write down 2 coordinate points. All right, here's one coordinate point at 2, -1. So there's the first one. And the other one is here at 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. What point now do they have in common? Well, now they have this x value in common of 2. The x value of 2. So what's this line's equation? X equals 2. So a vertical line will always be an x equals equation. So this is something to memorize. Horizontal line is a y equals, and a vertical is an x equals. Okay. So equations of horizontal lines and vertical lines are so simple that students will often get them confused. It seems so easy that you switch them up, because they don't really seem like your typical linear equations, because they aren't really. They don't follow your y equals mx plus b. Even though they're both straight lines, they don't follow that pattern of y equals mx plus b exactly. So we memorize this. A horizontal line is your y, and a vertical line is your x. Okay? Constants can be determined using any point that the line passes through. So whatever point that line passes through, that's the equation of the line. So exercise 2, take a look. It says, which of the following equations represents a vertical line that passes through the point 5, -3? Well, if I'm thinking vertical line, I'm thinking of x. I'm going to associate that with x. I'm going to look at my point. Well, 5 is my x value, so it's got to be x equals 5. That's answer choice number 2, right? This answer choice 1 would be a horizontal line, because it's y equals. And these two right here would be slanted lines, because they're in the form of y equals mx plus b. Only this one gives me a vertical line, because it has x equals and nothing else. Okay? All right. Next exercise. This is a bunch of practice. So I'm going to do a couple here. There's 6 of these problems where they give you a graph and you have to just write the equation. So I'll do the first 2, and then I want you to pause the video and try the rest on your own. Or you could pause right now and try to do this by yourself quickly too. Okay? So for each of the following, give the equation of the line described. So pause whenever you want, after you feel like you can try some on your own. This first one is a vertical line. So we think x. So I'm going to have x equals, and it's going at 1, 2, 3, so it's at x equals 3. Okay, the next one is a vertical line. it's going through, so I think x again, but now it's going through 1, 2, 3, negative 4, right? Because this point is here at, negative 4, 0, and this is at 3, 0, right? The next one, this is a horizontal line, so I'm going to think y, so I have a y equals, and it's going to the point 1, so it's y equals 1. Like I said, please pause and try something on your own. They're pretty simple. This next one's a vertical line, so I'm thinking x, and this one I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so x equals 5. The next one's a horizontal line, and it's going up 1, 2, 3, 4, so I'm thinking y, and I'm thinking 4. Y equals 4. The last one is a horizontal, going through 1, 2, so I'm thinking y, and I'm thinking 2. Remember, vertical is x, horizontal y. Okay? X, G, and H. Now these don't give you graphs, these give you some points. Let's take a look. The equation of a vertical line, so when I think vertical, I think x, so I'm going to have x equals, passing through the point negative 4, 5. Well, negative 4 is my x value, so x is negative 4. Simple. H, the equation of a horizontal line passing through the point 3, 2. Horizontal is y, so I'm going to now look at my y value, so I have y equals 2. Easy. Okay, let's try the last exercise, this lesson. Exercise 4 now says sketch the region bounded by the 3 lines whose equations are given below. Label each with its equation. Then find the area of the triangular region enclosed by the lines. Okay, so this one's a little more complicated. Let's do the first part here. That says sketch the region bounded by the 3 lines. So to do that, we have to graph each line. So I'm going to graph the first one. I'm going to make this first one the red one. So this is y equals mx plus b. So I know in y equals negative 2x minus 4 that my y-intercept is going to be negative 4, and my slope is negative 2 over 1. So I'm going to go up 2 and to the left 1, or down 2 and to the right 1 when I start making my graph. So I'm going to start here at negative 4. Because I know you guys might not have calculators. Now keep in mind, even if you don't have a calculator at home right now, because I know you're on break, if you Google this equation and type it in, y equals negative 2x minus 4, Google does have a graphing option on there. There are lots of ways you can find graphing applications online. Okay, so don't hesitate to use the internet to help you I know you don't have these calculators at home. So we'll do this by hand though. I'm going to start at negative 4, because that's my y-intercept, and I'm going to go up to left 1. So up 2, 1, 2, and to the left 1. Up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1. I'm doing rise over run, and I'm going up 2. And then I got to finish this and go down 2 over 1. So I have my line. I'm going to connect it. Okay. The directions also say label it, so I'm going to label this y equals negative 2x. Oh, I miswrote. I'm so sorry, guys. This should be a positive 2x. See how this has a positive? My bad. This is my fault. I'm sorry. Let's try again. This is a 2x, so this should be up 2 to the right 1. Or down 2, left 1. So let's try this again. Sorry. Negative 4, up 2 over 1. See how labeling helped me check my work there? If I hadn't labeled that, I wouldn't even notice I made a mistake. Alright, now that I've got my positive line, and now that I know that it's correct, let's relabel it. Y equals 2x minus 4. There's the first line done. Okay, let's do the other 2 lines, my vertical and my horizontal. So here is my vertical line, and it's vertical because it's x, and it's going through here at negative 1. So basically, I know that it's just going to be a vertical line at negative 1. So I make all these points at negative 1, and then just draw a straight vertical line through here and label it as x equals negative 1. And then finally, I'm going to do my last line, which this is horizontal because it's y, and it's at positive 2. Oops. So I'm going to go up 2, 1, 2. So there's my 2, and then I'm going to make all the points at 2 and draw a horizontal line at y equals 2. So there are my 3 lines. Okay, so I've sketched sketched the lines. I've labeled each with each equation. Now, the region that you found looks like a triangle because it says the next thing says find the area of the triangular region enclosed by the lines. That's this region right here that I'm going to highlight in blue. There's the triangular region that we found. Okay, I'm going to color it in. So there we go. We found this triangular region, and now it wants to find the area. Now, Common Core regions expects you to know these formulas. So the area of a triangle has a formula, which is 1/2, oops, what happened with my pen? Is 1/2 base times height. So I'm going to pull this triangle out, and I'm going to redraw it here. So here's my triangle, and I'm going to count the base and the height. So if I count over here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this measures 8, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that measures 4. Now I can find my area because this is my base and this 8 is my height. So when I find my area, I'm going to have 1/2 times 8 times 4. So the area of my triangle is 4 times 4. So my area is 16. This is a very Common Core question. It's having you do several standards at once. First, graph a line. That's Unit 6. Now graph x equals -1, y equals 2. That's this lesson. Then find the area of a triangle. That's from middle school. So this question right here is incorporating a lot of different standards that you guys have had. Now you're combining it into one big problem. Okay? Nothing that's too crazy separately, but put together might be overwhelming if you don't take it step by step. Okay? First lesson I feel like is pretty simple. These vertical and horizontal lines. It's going to get a little more complicated in the next couple lessons. So please take good practice on your fluency. I'll have the answer keys posted probably by Sunday. I want you guys to try this fluencies maybe on your own a little bit to get some practice. And then once you're done with all the fluencies, you can always email me. My email's on the pink sheet I gave you in your packets. You can email Miss Samaru and get help if you need to. Okay? Good luck.